how are you all doing today? I've been seeing this particular blouse for the longest time now. I love it so much, and in today's tutorial I've decided to share with you guys how to go about the cutting and the drafting. It is so simple. If this sounds like what you're interested in learning, keep on watching. Let's get started. I have on top the table my curves, my paper scissors, my masking tape, and on my hand right there I have my marker pen for outlining my marks. Now I have my brown paper on top of the table as well. I've divided it into two parts. I have the front and the back, which is the paper I will use for the front and the back. Now we are going to be drafting out the fronts, okay, and later we draft out the back. So for my front, from the top of my paper I've come down by 1 inch. If you have been following my tutorial for years or for some while, you already know what this is. This is the top line, the starting point, or the shoulder point. Now I'll place my tape on the starting point and mark down to 10 inches, which is my bust point. Okay, now after that, still leaving my tape right there, I'll mark the under bust point for 14 inches, the waistline for the front 17 inches, and then the top length is 27 inches. I'll do the same thing on this side so that I'll be able to square my line across properly. Okay, now please note that the front lengths for this block and the back length shouldn't be the same. Reason is because the woman body, the front is usually bigger than the back. Okay, the back is flat while we have boobs in front. Okay, so this is the reason you should be able to have a different front length and back length for this block. Okay, now I've drawn my line across. We are going to move over to the starting point again, and then I'll divide my shoulder into two, mark it out. After that, I'll input my neck width for the front and the neck depth for the front. So for the width I made use of 3 inches, and for the depth I made use of 3 inches. This is standard measurement for a neck, but if you can actually work with your own measurements. Okay, now after that, on this shoulder point, I'm going to come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope and connect it back to the neck width, as you can see. Now I'll move over to the bust point line and make sure I have my shoulder divided by 2 right there. Now from there I will go up by 2 inches, and this 2 inches mark is going to serve as my chest line. So I've marked it across like this, and then I'll connect it back to the shoulder slope. Can you see? Now after that, next I'm going to divide the distance between the shoulder slope and the chest line into 2. So whatever it is I have, I'm going to mark it out and then go in by 1/2 inch. Okay, now after this I'll move over to the chest line and I will divide my bust circumference by 4. So whatever it is I have, I'm going to place it, and then I would move over to the waistline. You can see I skipped the under bust point. We have reasons for that, but you're still going to understand. Okay, now I will divide my waist circumference by 4, mark it out, and then connect back to the chest line just like this. Now I'll move over to the hip points, divide my hip circumference by 4. Okay, mark it out, and then I would connect. Now I'm not telling you my values because you have no business with it. You are supposed to work with your own figures. Okay, so forget about, sometimes after making tutorials people will be telling me I did not tell them the actual figure that I use. You don't have any business with that. Okay, just work with your own clients or your own measurements. Now after connecting all the points together, I went ahead to connect my armhole curve, and then from there I will input my bust span measurement, which is the nipple to nipple measurement. As we all know, mine is 8 divided by 2 is 4, so I input it on the bust points, the waistline, and then the hip points. Can you see? And connected it with a straight ruler. Now after this I will come over to the waistline and then go down by 6 inches. That is going to be my dart depth. Okay, and then for the dart width I will come over to the waist as well and mark half inch on both sides, just as you can see. And then I would connect it back to the bust points just like this, and after that I will connect it down to the 6 inches mark. Now guys, we are going to have to tighten the under bust. This is the reason that we skipped it. To some people, they don't even measure under bust, okay? So now what I will do is to come in and out on both sides by 0.75 inch. This is not standard for all the body measurements, okay? I'm working with a medium size. I am size 14. This is the reason I'm making use of this. I've marked it out and I used my curve. Can you see the part of the curve I used? Connect it back to the bust points, and then after that I will connect it back to the waistline just like this. Can you see? So we have successfully contoured the underbust, or tightened the underbust, so that it will be firm. Now remember that I marked out half an inch on the waist point, okay? So this half an inch, I'm going to replace it back because I want to still maintain a firm waistline, okay? So I did not replace all the whole darts. I just replaced one part of the darts. I hope you understand. I'm trying to explain this clearly so that you'll be able to understand me. Now after this, I'll move over to the bust point line and go up by 3 inches, okay, just so that I'll be able to tighten my over busts, which is the point after the chest line. Like, it's just like that part of your cleavage, your upper chest line, you need to tighten it, okay, so that it will not gape. So I went up from the bust point by 3 inches, and then I located my nipple to nipple points right there. And then the next thing I did was to, by the side, I went out by 0.75 inch, and in the middle I made use of half an inch. So after that I connected it back using my curve into the bust point. Now I'm going to connect this back to the underarm, and then quickly go ahead and mark out my neck depth, okay? Remember that this is like an off-shoulder dress, okay? So the particular neckline, which is 3 inches that we use, is no longer needed. So what I did was, from the bust point I went up by like 1.5 inches, as you can see, and quickly connected my dart leg into it. And now on this part I'm going to go ahead and connect it back to the underarm just like this, okay? So you guys, as you can see, we have successfully drafted out our front block. But next thing we are going to do is to mark out our bust darts, okay? So from the bust point I went down by 2 inches and connected it back to the bust point line. Can you see? So this 2 inches is the difference between the front length and the back length. Remember, I told you that the front length and the back length shouldn't be the same. Now guys, from here I'm going to measure my sleeve length, which I had 6.25 inch. But then from this part of the over bust, if you take a look at it, you will notice that the sleeve actually started from there. I measured in 1 inch on that part, and then noted my 6.25 inch on that part of my upper yoke, so that I will not forget it, because I'm still going to need that, okay? Now moving over to the hemline, I went up by 3.5 inches, and then I'm going to connect it back to the middle of my blouse just like this. If you take a look at the inspiration, you understand what I'm trying to do here. The hemline is not straight, it is like curvy a little, okay? That is just like giving it a stylish look. So I have done that. I feel like the down part is not what I needed, so I use my curve to blend it up properly again. So that is just all I'm doing here. And after that, you guys, I'm going to label my pattern. So I have the center fronts, which is CF, and the side fronts, okay? Now we're going to move over to the back. I'll bring in my fresh pattern paper, and here is the center back. Now I'm going to mark out my 1 inch mark from the upper part of my pattern. And then next thing is for me to mark my bust point line, 10 inches. And after that, I'm going to mark my waistline, which is 15 inches. Okay, remember that the front length and the back length is not the same. Now after this, I will place my tape on the 15 inches mark and take it down to 9 inches. Okay, which is where my hip length is going to stay. Now I'll try as much as possible to mark it on the other side so that I'll be able to square my line across properly, which is what you can see me trying to do. And then after that, I went ahead to square my lines properly, just like this. Can you see? Now after connecting my lines, the next step I'm going to take is to mark out my shoulder divided by 2. Okay, now my shoulder is actually 15 inches. 15 divided by 2 is 7.5 inches. So I'll place my tape on the center back like this and mark 7.5 inches, and as well mark my neck width for the back, 3 inches. Now after this, I will go ahead and mark my neck depth for the back, which is 1 inch. Okay, just like this. And then I will use my curve to connect it together. Okay, so I'm going to connect my neck width and my neck depth with my curve, just like this. Okay, so you guys, at this point, you haven't hit on the subscribe button, you have not subscribed to my channel. What are you waiting for? Please do well to support the growth of this channel by hitting the subscribe button. Now after this, I went down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope, connected it to the back neck width, and then I made sure I have my shoulder divided by 2 on the bust point line, go up by 2 inches and connected my chest line to the shoulder slope like this. Okay, so you can see what I have right there. I already have my chest line. Now I'm going to divide the distance between my shoulder slope and the chest line into 2, just like this. And then on the chest line, I'm going to divide my bust circumference by 4 and then mark it out. My bust circumference is actually 40, divided by 4 is 10. Okay, now after getting that, I will go ahead and connect my armhole curve for the back. Now after this, whatever I have on the chest line, I'm going to have the same thing on the bust point, so I skip that and I will move over to the waist. Now on this waist, I'm going to divide my waist circumference by 4 and mark it down. I'll move over to the hip, divide my hip circumference by 4 and mark it down. Now after this, I'm going to connect the points together using a straight ruler, just like this. Okay, now after this, from here, I'm going to mark out my bust span of 4 inches on the bust point, on the waistline and on the hip points. Now I'm going to, from the waistline, go down by 6 inches for my dart depth. Okay, and then connect these points using a straight ruler like this. Can you see? Now after this, on the waistline, I'm going to mark out my dart intake of 1/2 inch on both sides, and I'll connect it back to the 6 inches mark like this, and then to the bust points, just like this. Now after this, next thing I will do is to replace one of the waist dart by the side, because like I usually tell you, I want to still maintain a firm waistline. Okay, now after doing that, I will connect it back to the chest line and then down to the hip line, just like this, and then to the back. Remember, we have not added any form of zipper right here, but from the center back, I'm going to go in by 1/2 inch on the waistline and then go down from this waistline using 6 inches. Now I'll connect it just like this. Okay, and this means we have been able to contour the back to avoid any form of zip bulge. Now from the bust point, I will go up by 2 inches. This is where my back neck depth is going to stay. Okay, now after this, I will go ahead and connect it to the chest line like this. Okay, this is locating my bust span right there, and then after that I'm going to tighten it a bit using 0.25 inch on both sides, which means I've tightened that back using half an inch just to avoid any form of bulge. You can actually any form of gape, sorry, you can actually leave it that way because you are sure it's not going to gape, but just to be on the safer side, I love to do that. Okay, now next thing I will do is I'm going to, from that dart, go out by 1 inch and then measure the distance between my shoulder slope and the neck depth, and then I got 7.25 inch, but for the front I got 6.25 inch, remember. Yeah, that is for my sleeve. Now after this, from the hem of the side, I went up by 3.5 inches and connected it back to the middle of my blouse. So you guys, we are done with the back block and it's time for us to cut this out. So to cut out, I'm going to start by cutting out my front block. Okay, as you can see, first of all, I cut out the neckline. This is me trying to show you what to do in case you'll be needing your yoke, because for this particular blouse we don't need a yoke, but just for me to show you in case you want to like have the style that you'll be needing your yoke, this is what you're going to do. Just go ahead and blend this up together just to have your yoke like this. Can you see? And that means that you already have your yoke right there, and you go ahead and cut it out. But now this yoke is not needed. Okay, I only left this yoke for me to be able to note the length of my sleeve. Okay, now I'll go ahead and cut it out and then cut out the remaining parts of my front block. Okay, this is actually so simple. You can see what I'm doing now. I'm going to cut through from the over busts, okay, into my dart intake of the waistline and then down to the hemline, just like this. So you guys, I have my center front block, and now I'm going to cut out the side. Now after cutting out this part of the dart for the side, I'm going to have to close up my bust darts. Please don't forget to close up your bust darts, because if you don't do that, your blocks, like your pieces for the front and the back, will not be the same. So you need to close up your bust darts so that the sides can be equal. Okay, so now you can see the way I closed it. After closing it, go ahead and blend it up like this to the waistline, and then use your pin to hold it in place, or you can make use of a masking tape and then you cut it out. So that is that for the front block. So you guys, you can see I have my center front and the side front piece. I'll put it aside and then we cut out the back block, as you can see. So now for the back, I will start by cutting out the armhole. After that, I'll cut out the shoulder, okay, into the neckline and then to the side. Now you guys, please remember that I've not added any form of seam allowance to this pattern. Okay, even my zipper allowance is not here. I'm going to add it up by the time I want to cut on fabric. Okay, so you can see the way I'm cutting this out. This is very important. If you make any mistake, you are going to destroy what you have suffered for. Okay, so you can see I've cut out my zipper contour, and here I'm trying to cut out the dart of my side. And yeah, you guys, we are done with this. This is my back block, and I'll bring in the front block, and this is how to cut out the beautiful blouse. It is that simple. This is already a lot, so we are going to stop here. In my next tutorial, I will show you how to join the pieces together. I hope you find this tutorial helpful. If you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share this particular tutorial. I will see you in my next one. Bye.